Hello, welcome to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI, for more European North Basketball League action as the Bristol Flyers take on Inter Bratislava live from the SGS College Arena. Very warm welcome to you at home. Joel Osborne here, and I'm very pleased to be joined courtside once again by former Bristol Flyers captain Gareth Till. And Gareth, the Flyers, they are 0-3 so far in the ENBL this season. Is this a must-win game for Coach Kapoulis' side in order to even have a chance of qualifying for the postseason now?
I think so, Joel, and that's an optimistic look at it as well. I think you can see there by the graphics, 0-3, some very tough competition to get those four slots into the next round, and into Bratislava tonight 3-0, sitting in that fourth position, but you know, such a chance to top the group as well. So it doesn't get much any sort of easier tonight at home against a very tough team that beat Legia Warsaw as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Inter Bratislava, the results they've had so far. They're 3-0, as you see there on the standings in front of you. All three of their games have been won by 6 points or less. So if that's anything to go by, this could be quite a tasty matchup tonight, Gareth.
Yeah, it's going to be another fantastic experience for the crowd. We don't quite have the noise that we had last week against Warsaw from the away fans, but you know, that won't deter from a very talented team with some outstanding talent on this Bratislava squad.
Yeah, another big European name in the house tonight, the 5-time league winners in the Slovakian top flight. What kind of matchup are you expecting to see out there this evening? It's hard to tell, isn't it, really? You haven't really seen these teams before.
No, you haven't really seen them, but you can sort of look at the way their players and the scouts and things like that, and I think he's going to have another up and down game. I think it's going to be fast-paced tempo, probably slightly smaller European team we've seen here at Wise, but I think they're going to make up for that speed, quickness, get up and down the floor, and a lot of scoring power from this Bratislava squad.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Bristol Flyers season so far. There is a 3-game sample size, as you say, in the European North Basketball League. 0-3 in the competition so far, but what have you made overall of the way that they've competed in Europe this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot more difficult. It's definitely a more difficult league than it was last year, that's for sure. You know, the quality of the teams that we're up against, you know, we're talking about Coach Kapoulis before, the budgets that some of these teams are on as well, you know, and just being able to compete against these teams, I think is real progress for the Bristol Flyers. It's very tough, I think we know that, but, you know, they're not that far away. They're being really competitive at home. So it's part of the journey, part of the learning experience, and I've really enjoyed it so far this season.
Yeah, it certainly has been exciting. No shortage of drama in the 3 home games that we've seen here at the SGS College Arena this season. Domestically, though, the Flyers, mixed season for them, 3-3 in the SLB Trophy. They were able to qualify for the semi-final stage where they'll take on the Cheshire Phoenix. Of course, looking to bounce back from a tough performance on the road last weekend against the Sheffield Sharks in that first league game.
Yeah, it's been a difficult spell. That's, you know, three losses in a row now with the European competition and the domestic competition. So, you know, Coach Kapoulis will want to put things right, especially at home. Good chance to do it again, you know, sort of up against the odds with a few injuries as well, which we'll come on to in a minute. So it doesn't make it any easier, but, you know, need to bounce back and try and get a W under the belt.
Well, let's talk you through tonight's team news, starting with the Bristol Flyers, who are without starting point guard Keedy Johnson after picking up that shoulder injury against Legia Warsaw last week. It was announced today, Gareth, that he'd be expected to miss the next 3 to 4 weeks. And how much of a blow is that for Coach Kapoulis' side?
Yeah, it's a big loss, of course. You know, that point guard position, the leader. You know, that scoring factor that he brings into the competition, averaging 10 points in this ENBL competition, and obviously domestic more than that. So it's a big loss, you know, a big piece of the Arsenal missing. But the players to come in will have to step up and take replace his shoes. And you mentioned players stepping up. Which players would you expect to step up in Keedy Johnson's absence this evening? Well, the pressure and the moment is on on Corey Samuels, of course, and that responsibility as point guard, and he's played really well this season. I'm really impressed. He's showing no fear. Seen some great moves. Corey going to the basket, so it's just going to enhance his development playing against the top European team, and that's what you want. Your British players here, homegrown talent, playing against top European quality, and he'll develop his game, and that'll help during the course of the season. Other team news for the Flyers: Raphael Thomas Edwards out tonight with a day-to-day injury. The good news for the Flyers is that Leslie Smith is set for a return to European action, having returned from a hamstring injury that kept him out in the early stages of the season, and that could be a big boost for the Flyers front court. It is, especially with Raph Thomas Edwards out as well, so you've sort of, you get one player back and then you lose another in a similar position. So that'll be a bloke. So that'll be a nice rotation that for Coach Kapoulis to have that. But yeah, good to have Leslie Smith fit and getting back into game shape, and yeah, he can add an awful lot to this team.
Well, let's talk you through the squad that's suiting up for Inter Bratislava tonight, who are led by head coach Aramis Naglic. Ones to watch for them include American guard Isaiah Cousins, who was the 59th pick overall in the 2016 NBA draft. He's also the ENBL's leading scorer. He's averaging 27 points per game in his 3 ENBL appearances this season, and he'll be, no doubt, Gareth, top of the scouting report for the Flyers.
Yeah, top of the scout, 6'4" guard from the University of Oklahoma. Like you said, Joel, 27.3 points in this competition, 16 points domestically. But yeah, look for him to score off the pick and roll. Going to be certainly one, NBA, drafted in the NBA, a lot of G League experience, seasoned professional. So he'll be one to watch out, wearing number 1 tonight for Bratislava.
And you mentioned the G League experience. Dante Crawford is the league leader in assists in the Slovakian top flight this season, just under 8 assists a game. And of course, look out for Rodney Gunn. He's the one to watch out for inside. He's averaging 18 points and 4 rebounds a game in the European North Basketball League this season, and is coming off a 16-point performance in their win over Feilingen Lions last Wednesday. Well, let's look at your 3 referees for this evening's game. And we are all getting set for tip-off in front of the home fans at the SGS College Arena. Yet to pick up their first win in European action this season. But can Coach Kapoulis give his side that all-important win to keep their playoff hopes alive? Well, let's talk you through the starting lineups for both of these teams tonight, starting with the Bristol Flyers. And Gareth, we mentioned with the absence of Keedy Johnson, it's Corey Samuels who comes into that starting point guard position in the replacement of the injured Keedy, and Gareth, a big opportunity for him at that one spot tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So we touched on it briefly as well, just for his development. He's looking very comfortable out there in domestic competition. Now he gets a chance to play some serious minutes in the ENBL competition, coming up against players that play in, very, very good leagues, very good players. We mentioned NBA, G League standard players he's coming up against. So great for him in his development, and big time chance for him to shine.
Let's talk you through the starting 5 for Inter Bratislava. It is Isaiah Cousins at the 1 alongside Martin Minorovcek. Samuel Vlarik, Milan Sabo and Rodney Gunn make up the 5 for the visitors. Well, both teams are getting set to take the court here at the Wise campus. It is the third home game in the European North Basketball League for Coach Kapoulis' side. Of course, if you are new to the European North Basketball League, there are 2 groups of 9. Top 4 from each group will qualify to the playoffs. That will take place midway through next year. And as you mentioned in the build-up to this game, Gareth, this is an all-important game, especially at home for Coach Kapoulis' side. They've got some tough road games coming up in European competition. Important for them to try and look to get off the mark here this evening.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, got some a lot of away games coming up. Some big names coming to the home here at Wise, and yeah, they'll be looking to sort of build on their experience and take it on the road for the more European competition.
It's fist bumps all round. The Flyers are in their white uniform this evening. Into Bratislava in their black with yellow trim. And you see Keedy Johnson exchanging some final words with Corey Samuels. Came out very aggressive in the game against Sheffield Sharks on Sunday. And now a big opportunity for him in the starting 5 in the European stage for the Bristol-born point guard. Well, it's going to be Damon Robinson and Sabo who go up for the opening jump. And the opening tip is won by the visitors, and they will get the first possession of this game. Here's Valaric. Almost tapped loose by Jared Sherfield. Screen comes from Sabo. Gunn screens for Cousins. Gunn open for three. Can't get it to go from deep, but there's an offensive rebound and a new 14. Oh, it's stolen by Kendall Lewis. And look out below, because Kendall Lewis gets the Flyers off the mark with a two-handed flush.
Yeah, loose pass there from Bratislava, picked off. Kendall Lewis putting it home with style, and that's a good start for the Bristol Flyers.
And he is a guy who has had highlight plays not only in the European North Basketball League but also the British Super League. That's a nice move inside, and Valaric finishes off the glass.
Yeah, that's a strong move from Valaric, just using his strength there to dribble down there, muscle his way into the basket. Comfortable finish in the end.
Sherfield out to Lewis. Well, they bobbled around, and Damon Robinson almost didn't get it there, but just fell through to him off the glass and in.
Yeah, almost certain that was going to get picked off there, but it didn't, and Robinson was there, able to scoop it up and put it away.
Here's Cousins, guarded by Samuels. Top to Gunn. Valaric fired up for three. Ball bobbles in and out, and the rebound is swiped away by Lewis. Here's a skip pass to Jared Sherfield. Corner three ball off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound for the Flyers. Tennyson fires up for three. He can't get the triple to go. Both players cutting back door. Now back out to Sherfield. Shot clock down to 7. Tennyson. Robinson's calling for it inside. It just gets wrapped up in the end by Minor Object.
That was good patience there from the Flyers. A couple of offensive rebounds, just recycling it, moving it around, looking for a good opportunity, and then getting a foul underneath. Robinson had hands all over him there, got good position under the bucket.
Well, it's going to be Trey Tennyson to inbound to get us back underway. Flyers with an early 2-point lead. Sherfield finds Samuels. Ball screen comes from Robinson. Samuels, they're going to go one-on-one. Nowhere to go. Finds Robinson. It's a deep three in the end. And offensive rebound by the Flyers. Corey Samuels off the glass and in. And Samuels with his first field goal of this game.
Sorry, Joel. Yeah, that'll certainly help him settle those nerves. Not that he's got any nerves, though. He just goes out and plays hard, doesn't he? But always nice to see one attacking the basket. Got the offensive ball, went straight back up, got the two.
Cousins looking inside. Good defense by the Flyers. And here comes Tennyson the other way. It's going to be another foul on Minor Object, and that's going to be his second personal foul. So he will likely head to the bench. And into the game comes Crawthers for the first time this evening.
Yeah, fairly easy call there. Just see pushing off. Trey Tennyson didn't fancy taking playing defense there. Thought he'd go for the foul, push off. Easy foul for the referee to call. Tennyson.
Oh, it's stolen away. 2-on-1 opportunity. Valaric to the basket. Lays it in with the left hand.
Yeah, Valaric smart there, wasn't he? Just seeing what the defender was going to do. Defender didn't commit, so he went all the way to the basket.
Tennyson. Screen comes from Lewis. Tennyson into a double team. Samuels is open on the wing. Gets it to him in the end. Shot clock down to 5. Samuels to the bucket. High off the glass and kisses it in for 2. And Corey Samuels has scored the last 4 points for the Flyers.
Certainly Corey Samuels, his finishing around the basket just seems to have come on so much this season. Just no fear. Using all the backboard. Soft touch.
Was a great story as well, of course, come through all the junior age groups at the Bristol Flyers. Bristol-born player, and now starting on the European stage for his hometown team. Here's Robinson, hands off with Sherfield. Tennyson wide open for 3, and Trey Tennyson splashes it. And he's a guy that does not need an invitation to shoot an open triple.
He doesn't, no. It's probably quite unusual for him not to have someone in his face when he's shooting the basketball. That really stops him either. But it's really good ball movement from the Bristol Flyers. Bratislava defense just switched off there. A wide open Tennyson only means one thing: bottom of the net.
it's been a really hot start for Coach Kapoulis' side as well. I mean, we've seen them have this in a number of games throughout the season. I mean, you look at the Bamberg game, you look at the game against Sheffield on Sunday. The Flyers, they are a team this season that has got off to those hot starts, especially at home. I think the big question is, how sustainable is this, Gareth?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I say exactly the same thing, John. This ENBL competition, they come off to great first quarters, and then just by the course of the game, it's just, you know, the rotations for the opposition just wearing you down, and then obviously getting back into the game and taking those wins. So, you know, coming off to a good start, but like I said, trying to sustain it for 40 minutes. And it's tough. You're playing up against really talented squads, and to maintain that composure is very difficult for the full 40 minutes against very quality opposition.
And a lot of the time, the Flyers this season, especially one thing I've noticed, Gareth, is this is a much more offensive-minded team for Bristol that we've seen in previous years, and sometimes you feel that maybe they've sacrificed a little bit of perimeter defence because of just how much firepower they have on the offensive end.
That's right. You know, you sort of mix it up and you decide to play a certain way, and you know, some players are blessed with good offensive skills but maybe not as strong defensively, so it's just a balance. And of course, if you find the players that can do everything, they're going to be playing, you know, they're the top bucks. Yeah.
Well, we are back underway. 6 minutes to go and change in this first quarter. Cousins. Screen comes from Crawford, ends up with him. Now finds Valaric. Cousins, one-on-one with Robinson. Robinson, it's good defense, but better offense. And Cousins, who's the league's leading scorer in the European North Basketball League, gets his first 3 of the night. Samuel, skip pass. Lewis, corner 3, splashes it. And Kendall Lewis, a guy who not necessarily at college was known for his three-point shooting, but he can knock down those open triples.
Yeah, it's certainly a theme of this year's squad, that you got a lot of players that can knock down that free ball. You know, 5 all down to 1. So yeah, it does give a bit of flexibility, but Inter answering straight back with a triple of their own.
Romney going with the triple, brings it back to within 4. Samuels, another screen comes from Damon Robinson. Into a double team this time, finds Trey Tennyson. Robinson backing down Thomas. That is a beautiful post move inside. Great footwork and a fancy finish. Flyers leading by 6.
Backcourt violation. Bratislava gun couldn't quite believe the pass, I don't think. And yeah, a little bit loose this start for Bratislava. A few turnovers defensively, maybe not quite as switched on as we've seen other teams that have come here. Bristol Flyers finding it quite comfortable moving the ball around, looking for the shots they want.
Well, chance for Flyers to push this out to an 8-point lead. They can score on this possession. Samuels finds Tennyson, curling off the screen. And the screen comes from Robinson. Tennyson splashes it. Another 3-ball for the Bristol Flyers. A third of the game so far.
He's just such a quick release, Tennyson, isn't he? Just sees the basket. Quick release. On his way back playing defense already.
Gunn, another 3-ball, overcooks it from downtown for an air ball. It's going to be a jump ball there, as Cousins got his hand on it. The possession arrow, it points towards the Flyers.
Owen McCormack, Leslie Smith checking in for the Bristol Flyers. Robinson and Lewis taking a break.
And also checking in for the first time for the visitors, Justin McCall, wearing the number 7 jersey. Early 9-point lead for the Flyers as we've just ticked past the midway point of this first period. McCormack finds Leslie Smith. Tennyson looking for it, receives the handoff from Smith. Samuels now, shot clock at 6. Tennyson looking to go one-on-one into McCormack, puts it up, able to draw the foul. And that will send him to the line for 2 shots. And Gareth, Owen McCormack had a deep position in the paint there on that possession.
It is, and Tennyson rewarded it, saw him, got him the ball, lobbed it up high to him. Defender wasn't able to get around. Got good position there, just sealing his player up high. Had a bit of a mismatch. And gets fouled on his way up. And he'll go to the line for a couple of free throws.
Well, Owen McCormack, no good on the first. Of course, he had 9 points and 5 rebounds last week against Legia Warsaw. And it's one of those games where he saw the first 3 go in and it just got hot, didn't he? And knocked down 2 more later in the game.
Yeah, I just felt his confidence was back to kind of what we saw in the beginning of the season from McCormack. I'd like to see that first one go down, and then there was no stopping it there, just sort of stepping into those threes. And again, we talk about the depth of the three-point shooting. He's another one as a big that can step out as a stretch four and knock down those threes. Loose pass there from Sherfield.
Leslie Smith, just a bit of miscommunication on the seal. Cousins going one-on-one with Tennyson. They've left Thomas wide open for 3. He can't get it to go. He's short. 10-point lead for the Flyers. Sherfield kicks it out to Tennyson. Fumbled the catch, but ends up able to save it from going out of bounds. And it's going to be a foul called on McCall, who picks up his first.
Yeah, McCall just seemed to get a little tap out of bounds, didn't he? Right in front of the referee's nose. And that's his first foul of the game. That's 4 for Bratislava in this first quarter, so any more and they'll be in the penalty.
Well, Corey Samuels earns a well-deserved break. Evan Walsh into the game for the first time. Finds McCormack on the inbounds. Walsh swings to Tennyson. Tennyson, catch and shoot. Nothing but net for Trey Tennyson. And he is a man on fire right now.
He is so confident shooting the ball. You know, just his little, you've seen him play against Sheffield the other day as well, off the bench. Three three-pointers almost straight away for him.
He's got 9 first quarter points so far in this one for the Bristol Flyers. Sherfield looking to push, can't get the reverse layup to go. And Coach Kapoulis was looking for a foul in there as well. Here's Cousins going the other way, can't get the finger roll, but there's Brian Thomas on the offensive rebound and puts it in for 2.
Looks like Evan Walsh and Trey Tennyson will share point guard duties here. Walsh has got the ball.
Leslie Smith hands off with Tennyson. He's made 3 threes in this first quarter so far. Tennyson looking to drive this time. Great pass into Evan Walsh. Reverse layup off the glass.
Trey Tennyson full of confidence at the moment, pulling strings there. Getting Evan Walsh wide open as he cut to the bucket.
Cousins with a pull-up 2. He can't get it to go. Rebound being chased down by Sherfield. He's able to bounce it off the foot of McCall for a Bristol Flyers ball here.
Quick break for Corey Samuels as he checks in for Sherfield.
And Gareth, this could be a game where we see extensive minutes from Corey Samuels. Of course, last year averaging just around 10 minutes a game or so, but with the injury to Keedy Johnson, he will see more court time for sure tonight. McCormack thought about the 3, kicks it out to Leslie Smith. He will shoot the 3, and he drains the 3. And Leslie Smith, another big for Bristol that can really stretch the floor with his 3-point shooting. Crawford's driving inside. He can't get it to go, but able to draw the foul. That will send him to the line to shoot 2 shots.
I think we might see a timeout coming as well. But yeah, Bristol Flyers playing really well offensively, defensively as well, keeping Bratislava just to 12 points so far in this first quarter. So the timeout's been waved off, I think.
Dante Crawford's at the line, 6'1" guard. He graduated from the University of Buffalo in 2019. Actually went on to begin his pro career in the NBA G League with the Ontario Clippers. And he then moved to Slovakia. He's able to knock down the second. Cuts the lead down to 14 points. Oh, it's stolen away by Cousins. It's going one-on-one with Evan Walsh in transition. He can't get it to go. Brian Thomas, he can't get the offensive rebound, and it's going to be a foul called as Corey Samuels was reaching in. So it's all over in Legia Warsaw, as they have defeated Bakken Bears 88 points to 79 in the earlier ENBL game. First defeat of the season for the Bears. The defending ENBL champions have been beaten away from home.
Scherfel there, just putting his arm up, the ball able to get the steal. That even looking at the ball. Again, another loose pass from Bratislava.
Well, it's a turnover from Evan Walsh the other end. As Crawford picks off the steal. Another 3-ball on the way for Gunn. I think Flyers got a piece on that one. There's still 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. Samuels. Walsh. Into a double team. Inside to McCormack. One-on-one. Strip, but a foul is called. And that was going to be called on Rodney Gunn.
Again, McCormack getting some good position under the hoop. Causing a bit of problem there. He kept picking up the ball, looking to spin. Gets a foul.
They're playing very high on the pick and roll, aren't they? I mean, you're seeing like Evan Walsh coming off that ball screen, and then two players are suddenly blitzing him off the screen, and it's leaving opportunities like the one we just seen for McCormack inside.
Yeah, it kind of feel like defensively they're looking to be aggressive off that pick and roll, hedging hard, but then the other the sort of other defensive players seem to be sort of half a step behind the play, and Bristol Flyers keeping their composure and finding players getting open.
Well, Bristol Flyers have doubled up their opponents here in this first quarter. And about 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Gunn. Hands off to Crawford. Now here's Cousins even. Cousins pulls up for three. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Scherfeld. There's 3 seconds to go. Scherfeld from his own half. Good if it goes. Oh, how close was that? And that will do it for the end of the first quarter. The Bristol Flyers have had a 30-point first period, and they lead 30-14 at the end of the first 10 minutes. And Gareth, another great offensive quarter for the Flyers here.
Yeah, and defensively as well, Joel. 14 points to an unbeaten team in this competition. But yeah, Inter Bratislava don't seem to have brought the energy so far in this first quarter, just sort of walking off and seem a little flat at the moment. Of course, we know that can turn around quite quickly in these sorts of competitions, but Bristol Flyers playing really well, both ends of the floor, and it all started off with this steal and dunk from Lewis.
And you say the points kept coming from there. I mean, the Flyers, in that first quarter, they were 11 for 16 from the field, 5 for 9 from behind the three-point line, and Trey Tennyson, 3 threes of his own, 3 for 4 from him. He really caught fire in that first period, didn't he?
Exactly. If you're sort of not feeling it or not bringing the energy defensively, Tennyson is certainly a guy that can make you pay, and he's shooting the ball incredibly well right now, and you just cannot give him an inch, and he's going to knock it down, and he's full of confidence right now.
Kendall Lewis, the team's second leading scorer in the first, 5 points to go along with 4 rebounds. Meanwhile, the visitors into Bratislava are led by Samuel Velarix, 4 points for the visiting team, and then Isaiah Cousins and Rodney Gunn on 3 points apiece. And Gareth, although we talked about how sustainable an offense is like this, important for them not to take their foot off the gas too much, or even give Inter Bratislava an inch of space here, really, because we've seen how many teams have worked their way back into games here at the Wise Campus this season.
Well, that's right, and in sort of a case in point, Joel, was a game against Sheffield as well. They were up by 13, and how quickly that game turned on its head. From being up and feeling very comfortable and looking good about themselves, and Sheffield put that run together and ended up winning the game pretty comfortably. So they'll have learned from that lesson, and you'll have to stay concentrated for the full 40 minutes.
Now here is Crawford. I think he's having a few words exchanged with Corey Samuels on that possession. Thomas, guarded by Smith. Here's Crawford. Now comes the ball screen. Oh, it's lost. Almost not loose. It is not loose. It's going to be another jump ball. And the possession arrow this time will point towards the Flyers.
Yeah, because it would have been Bratislava that got the ball at the end of the quarter. The last jump ball went to the Flyers' way as well, but obviously there was a quarter change, and Bristol Flyers have this jump ball possession.
And started the quarter with great intensity on that possession. It's going to be Evan Walsh to inbound. The referee just inbounded the ball and then just realised there was still a floor wiper on the court. So quickly retrieved the ball back again. And this time we are ready to get back underway. Samuels finds Sherfield, top of the three-point line. Guarded by Valaric. Leslie Smith. Hands off to Walsh. He turns the corner, going downhill. Thomas with the... well, I don't think it was a block, but great defense in the end. Crawford to the basket. Lays it in. And chips away at this Bristol Flyers lead.
Yeah, great fast break there from Bratislava. Quick turnover. Pushing the ball hard.
Sherfield. Screen comes from Leslie Smith. Here he is at the top of the three-point line. Fires up for three. Made one earlier. Evan Walsh with the offensive rebound. He can't get the layup to go. And Evan Walsh, a couple of missed ones around the bucket to start this second period.
And Valaric, I think, came heavy down on his ankle there as well. Have to keep an eye on that.
Here's Cousins. Finds Valaric, open for three. Off the back iron, rebound Samuels. Minute and a half gone in this first quarter. Samuels. Screen comes from Smith, slips inside. McCormack inside to Leslie Smith. Shot clock down to 5. Smith having to go to work. Skip pass, Sherfield, corner three. He drains it. And the Bristol Flyers are on fire in this game so far.
And that's a lovely offense for the Flyers. Moving the ball around. Seems really notable this game that they're a bit more composed, looking to go through the sets. And then there were some really good shots. Sherfield in the corner knocks one down.
Rodney Gunn's mid-range two rattles in and out. Stolen back by Thomas. Leslie Smith is hammered as he was trying to feed the outlet pass by Rodney Gunn. He's helped back to his feet though.
That is a big clash of bodies there in the middle of the court, isn't it?
Yeah.
Two big fellas.
Yeah, that is a clash of the heavyweights. And you see it here on the replay. Leslie Smith with the pass and bam! There it is. That one will be, you feel that one in the morning. Leslie Smith takes a seat on the bench. Well, 33 points to 16 is the score. Just under 8 minutes to go in this first half. Robinson finds Sherfield. Trey Tennyson has it. It's poked away by McCall, and he'll go coast to coast with a two-handed flush.
This way, just need to stay composed now for the Flyers. It's a couple of sort of loose ones that have been turned into points.
Sherfield. Ball screen comes from Robinson. Sherfield has it, inside to Robinson. Backing down, it's stripped loose, and Robinson will pull up for a mid-range two. Kapulis was looking for a foul there, nothing given by the officials. Crawford going downhill into Damon Robinson. It's going to be a foul called on Robinson. And the bench enjoying what they see as Crawford will then another trip to the foul line.
Yeah, Joe, you just feel that Bratislava just beginning to up the tempo a little bit, just switching gears defensively and offensively now. It was a poor first quarter for their standards, but you just feel that intensity is beginning to step up a pace or two.
Well, Corey Samuels returns to the bench. Evan Walsh will come back into the game. And Crawford will shoot 2 free throws here. Well, and a big game in that win over Legia Warsaw. They defeated Legia Warsaw by 6 points earlier in the ENBL campaign. Crawford's had 19 points and 7 assists in that contest. Here's Walsh. Flies on top by 13 points. Lewis finds Tennyson. Walsh once again. Shot clock winding down. Full screen comes from Robinson. Walsh looking inside. Great pass. And Evan Walsh and Damon Robinson working that two-man game.
That was a lovely pick and roll there. Walsh with that nice pass. Finding Robinson under the bucket.
Thomas now finds Cousins. He's got a mismatch with Robinson on him. Crawthers. Screen comes from Gunn. Shot clock down to 3. Crawthers for a mid-range 2. He can't get it to go, and it's tipped in by Rodney Gunn. Sherfield finds Walsh. Robinson fakes the screen. He'll set the screen this time. Walsh curling off it. Lewis has it in the corner. Pulls up for a short jump shot. He can't get it to go. And another rebound falls to Rodney Gunn. Coach Kapoulas looking at the table to call a timeout because Inter Bratislava have been chipping away at this Bristol Flyers lead. And Gareth, you mentioned it earlier, they feel like they've come out with that more momentum in the second period.
It just looks like a different team out there all of a sudden. You know, defensively, the players are hustling, they're sort of quick to the ball, hands are everywhere, looking to break, and offensively really attacking the basket. It just looks like a different team coming out from the first quarter. And this is where, you know, Bristol Flyers calling that timeout just to refocus, take Bratislava out of this momentum. But yeah, almost, Bratislava stepping up a couple of gears.
Well, of course, it is a busy schedule for both of these teams. Of course, both of these sides were in action in the European North Basketball League last Wednesday. Bristol Flyers, of course, they're back in home action on Friday in 2 days' time. So the schedule, it keeps coming. And do you feel, how deep do you feel that Coach Kapoulas could go into his rotation over the next 3 days or so?
Well, I think he's going to have to, Joe. I think it's much of a choice. They're coming thick and fast right now with this ENBL competition. You know, the SLB, everyone's looking good. You know, there's not an easy game in that competition either. So, you know, teams are a lot deeper, stronger this season, and it's great for the fans to watch. But obviously Bristol Flyers nursing a couple of injuries as well, so they're going to have to go deep into the rotation to manage the workload.
Well, we're all set to get back underway as Inter Bratislava showing a bit of full court pressure here. Walsh finds Sherfield. Screen comes from Robinson. It's poked loose by Crawthers, but it will be a foul. And that'll be his second personal. See, just poking it loose there, and one of those ones it got his hand caught in a cookie jar. Sherfield. Top to Walsh, extra pass, Tennyson for 3. Tennyson knocks it down. And he's still cooking out there.
He certainly is, Joe. There's not much you can do to stop that.
Such a high arcing shot as well, isn't it? His Cousins going downhill the other end and puts it in for 2.
There's a slick move there. Recovers.
Walsh going downhill. He's able to draw the foul. And that will send him to the free throw line. And that's one thing we've seen with Evan Walsh since joining the Flyers, even before joining the Flyers, when his time with Manchester and Leicester as well. His ability to draw contact, to slow down on a stomp on a dime and drive to the bucket and earn trips to the charity stripe.
Yeah, you feel every time he sort of gets the ball in the perimeter, there's one thing in his mind is how he's going to kind of swerve in and out and get to the basket and either get the bucket or make some contact. But yeah, there's no real secret or surprises there when he gets the ball. He's looking to attacking hard.
Walsh able to knock down the second. Pushes the lead back out to 12 points. As Polaric comes back into the game, Rodney Gunn is the one to make way for him. Just gone past the midway point now in this second quarter. Crawfords. Out to McCall. Screen comes. Back to Crawfords once again. And the ball screen comes from Sabo. Crawfords to the bucket. Beautiful finish with the left hand.
Yeah, just set up Tennyson lovely there, didn't he? A few crossovers. Found himself a bit of space, attacked hard to the basket.
Evan Walsh able to draw the contact once again. This time with the Euro step and another trip to the free throw line coming up for him. Here you see it on the replay, just that change in direction. So tough to guard. Well, it's been a great start for life in European competition for Evan Walsh. He had 18 points and 4 rebounds in his European debut against the Bakken Bears. And I know one of the things that in the summer when he was talking about which club to join in the new Super League, he said one of the big reasons for joining Bristol Flyers was that opportunity to show what he can do on the European stage in club basketball, and certainly not disappointed so far.
No, absolutely not. And just gives you that bit of experience, that bit of exposure as well as these players progress their careers, been exposed to different style of play, different players. So yeah, it's a big draw if you're going to join sort of teams looking at that European adventure and having those experiences, and that's kind of what you want to do in your basketball career. You want to try and experience as much as you can.
It all comes off Trey Tennyson's foot there. As Flyers showing a bit of full court pressure. Seen Coach Kapula switch up to this sort of zone press a few times back into a man-to-man throughout the season. Certainly has paid off on occasions.
So currently Bristol on 9 points for this quarter, 14 to Bratislava. And the Flyers had 30 in the first quarter, into 14. So into Bratislava scoring as many points now in the second quarter with 4 minutes left to go.
Well, 19 on the shot clock is what the referees were just deliberating over there. It's going to be Crawfords to inbound. Finds Cousins. Going one-on-one with Jerry Sherfield. Here comes the screen from Sabo. Cousins to the bucket. Blows the layup. Grabs the offensive rebound. Oh, it's blocked by Damon Robinson. Flyers can push the other way. Sherfield spins. Kicks out to Robinson. It's good transition defense by the visitors. Ball into Robinson, going one-on-one with Sabo, and he just loses control of it. Be a turnover for the Flyers. Three and a half minutes to go in the half. Flyers on top by 12. Polaric thought about the three. Finds Crawfords now, he's got Tennyson on him. Sabo fighting for position inside with Kendall Lewis. Cousins and McCall even. Oh, he drains it as the shot clock expires.
Yeah, Walsh doing a pretty good job defensively, but an even better finish.
Walsh inside to Damon Robinson, going to work on Sabo. Great move and a great finish, and count it. Damon Robinson takes the contact and will go to the line for a bonus.
Yeah, I love that move from Robinson. Going into the middle of the basket and then just drop stepping, sealing his man. Really nice play here, good post up. Just drop there, protects the ball, gets some contact.
And enjoyed that one, didn't he? Took a bit of frustration out on the basket padding, and timeout's been called on the floor. Flyers able to push it back out to a 12-point game. They're trailing this quarter 16 points to 12. And Gareth, you say the Flyers have done well to deal with this change in intensity from Inter Bratislava. I mean, we spoke about the first quarter, Flyers led 30 points to 14, and then Inter Bratislava went on that little run to start the second period, but you felt that Coach Kapoulis decided weathered the storm here. Yeah, they have. They've dealt with it incredibly well. Just 12 to 16 now after being a deficit in for that quarter by a larger amount. So yeah, weathering that storm. Kind of feels like the game just slowed down a little bit in the last few moments, which probably maybe suiting the Flyers right now, as Bratislava were looking to up the tempo on both ends of the floor. So just taking the pace out a little bit has allowed Flyers to get back in. Now they're able to play their game, get a few stops themselves, and obviously getting that establishment, that post-up game inside. We've seen a lot of the ball going inside as well. It's a good little mix-up between outside shooting and getting the ball inside. Makes it more difficult to defend, so it's good to mix it up a little bit. Well, Flyers are shooting 60% from the field in the first half. They're also shooting 58% from behind the three-point line as well. And shooting numbers are like that, you most certainly should most likely be in the lead here. Yeah, it's incredible shooting, and it's been quite streaky, I think, the shooting, isn't it, really, from Bristol Flyers. But, you know, certainly this season we've seen some very high percentage three-point shooting in comparison to previous seasons. So they do have that ability to knock the ball down from numerous sources as well, Bristol Flyers. Now, Damon Robinson can't convert on the bonus. Here comes Cousins the other way. Screen from Sabo. Finds Sabo. Crawford knocks it down for three on the wing. And that's their third three of the game. Crawford seems to have all the time in the world there to line that one up. Coming off the screen, and a bit of time and a good look at the basket. And nails a three. Well, Kendall Lewis fakes the three, and off the glass puts it in. Bit of old school there. I was about to say exactly the same. Nice bit of old school. That mid-range, good shot fake. Got himself a nice angle off the glass. Very Tim Duncan-esque. Here's Crawford the other way, blocked by Damon Robinson. Samuels pokes it loose, and it's stolen by Sherfield. Sherfield, Flyers can push. Good transition defense from Inter Bratislava as Tennyson pulls it back out. 2 minutes to go in the half. Tennyson, quick fire three. He gets fouled by McCall. And 3 free throws coming up now for the Flyers sharpshooter. It doesn't matter how they come. Tennyson, obviously Bratislava fully aware now that this is a guy that can shoot the ball. Looking for the screen, pulls up quickly, and then big contact from number 7. And that'll send Tennyson to the line for three. It's quite an easy call for the officials to make in the end. Of course, it's they've emphasised the landing space for the shooter. If the player creeps forward and then lands in the space where the shooter is going to shoot, they call it a foul every time. And you know, when you've knocked down 3 threes in the first half like Trey Tennyson has, it really demands that extra attention on the perimeter. Yeah, McCall knew what was coming up, didn't he? It was a quick pull up again. It's so hard to sort of read Tennyson when he pulls up so quickly. McCall trying to get there, but his momentum took him into the player. Well, Tennyson no good on the second. 13 first half points now for the Flyers, number 0. Third free throw is good. Here's Crawford. Finds Sabo, hands back to Crawford. Screen comes from Sabo. Got a mismatch with Samuels on him. Looking inside for the big fella. Ball goes in. And that is the perfect way to take advantage of the mismatch. 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. It is an 11-point game at the SGS College Arena. And Bratislava switching things up into a 2-3 zone, showing the Bristol Flyers something a little bit different. Ball lobbed up to Kendall Lewis, who blows the alley-oop. That's one way to beat a zone defense. Here's Cousins going downhill, pulls up from the short corner, knocks it down. Coach Kapoulis looks to the table to burn his last timeout of the half, because Inter Bratislava have made it a single-digit game. Yeah, they've certainly on the ascendancy since the last time we had a timeout. Bratislava able to regather and close that deficit, just switching things up into a zone. So maybe Coach Kapoulis should talk about a zone offense potentially, just to
kind of get the key points and messages over of how they're going to play against a 2-3.
It's one of those ones as well, isn't it? I mean, you look at the scoreboard, it's a mindset thing. If you go in as a single-digit game, into Bratislava will certainly be feeling good about themselves, considering the way they started in the first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. They've had a couple of good runs here. Bristol Flyers, whether the first run, but Bratislava able to some really good individual talent and play going to the basket, some sort of tricky pull-up jumpers as well, just stepping up their defensive efforts. So restricting Flyers to 16 this quarter, obviously 30 in the first quarter, so really sort of tightening the screw defensively.
Well, this could be a crucial stretch of play here, the last minute or so going into the halfway point. Flyers leading 46 points to 37. It's going to be Tennyson, Walsh, Sherfield, Robinson and Lewis. The 5 on the floor for the Flyers. Evan Walsh playing point guard here. Minute to go in the half. Tennyson, top to Evan Walsh. Screen comes from Robinson. Walsh fakes the pass. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back to Tennyson. Shot clock down to 6. Walsh has to go to work here. Going one-on-one with the mismatch. Evan Walsh downhill. He can't get it to go. Robinson blows the put-back dunk. And now Crawford can push the other way. Cousins. Guarded by Robinson. Now back to Crawford. Screen from Sabo. Another screen comes from Sabo. Crawford. Nice move inside. Able to draw the foul. And they'll send him to the line to shoot two. See, they just wound the shot clock down to the last few ticks there, and
it's a lovely hesitation there, wasn't it? Just got the defender, Lewis it was, just to rise up off the feet and then attacking straight away. Puts pressure on the other defenders then to come across and help.
Well, Crawford knocks down the first to get his tally up to 16 first half points. The only Inter-Bratislava player in double figures in this one. And he doesn't make the second. The shot clock and the game clock here are almost identical, so Walsh will wind this one down. Final 10 seconds of the half. Tennyson guarded by Cousins. Tennyson going downhill, finds Walsh. Corner 3 ball on the buzzer. And that will do it for the end of the first half. Bristol Flyers, they raced out the blocks to lead 30 points to 14 at the end of one. But that second quarter belonged to Inter-Bratislava. And at the half, it is 46 points to 38. And Gareth, that is a half of two halves, so to say.
It is indeed. You know, Flyers coming out really, really hot in that first quarter. Bratislava very slow, not really at the races, but slowly sort of build themselves back into the game, came out strong in that second quarter. Flyers weathered the storm a little bit, but again a strong finish from Bratislava, closing that deficit back down. So certainly on the ascendancy, Bratislava going into the changing room, but good half of basketball, 46 points for Bristol Flyers against an unbeaten team in this ENBL competition.
Well, which way will this game turn in the second half? Gareth and I will be back right after the break to break down all the action from the first 20 minutes.
Today, we celebrate a milestone moment for Bristol Flyers. As we all look back on an incredible 20 seasons, we are thrilled to announce a new chapter in the journey, both for Flyers and for us at WOB competitions.
From the very beginning, I had the privilege of guiding the team through every division, the top flight, and now European competition. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, and built a legacy that we're incredibly proud of. As we step into the new era of Super League basketball, we're very excited for the future. The next 20 years promise even greater moments, and we're ready for the challenge.
I'm delighted to announce WOB Competitions as the new principal partner to the Bristol Flyers. This partnership aligns with our commitment to celebrate both excellence and ambition. Our competitions give you the chance to win exclusive experiences at some of the UK's most iconic venues.
We're proud to share our ambitions with a company that mirrors our growth and aspirations.
Together, with Bristol Flyers, we look forward to an exciting future, filled with unforgettable moments and continued success.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI. We will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
A new dawn rises, where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League Basketball. A new dawn is here.
Farm. Slightly obsessed perfectionists making cider with nothing but love. As you do. I mean, why grow 8 varieties of apple when you can grow 458? The apple spa. Because happy apples make better cider, obviously. Here comes the man himself, Martin Thatcher. Friday, 12:30, tasting time. It needs to hit the spot or not a drop will leave the farm. Yes! And that's why Thatcher's cider tastes the way it does. Perfect.
Welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI, where at the half the Bristol Flyers lead into Bratislava 46 points to 38, with both teams in the locker rooms. I'm joined by former Bristol Flyers captain Gareth Till. And Gareth, this has been a game of a half of two halves, as we said before the break, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. We've seen Bratislava come to a fairly slow start, then really sort of up their game in the second quarter. Bristol Flyers came out really well, sort of very comfortable on both ends of the floor, scoring 30 plus points, or 30 points in the first quarter, restricting into just the 14, but then into Bratislava 24 points themselves in the second quarter to Bristol Flyers 16. So yeah, a real sort of switcheroo in the first couple of quarters of this half.
Well, let's take a look at the some of the key plays from this game, and early on, this dunk from Kendall Lewis got the Flyers going really in that first quarter. They put up 30 points, as you said, and then the threes just kept on dropping with Trey Tennyson. Yeah, Trey Tennyson just feeling, isn't he? Just so full of confidence right now. Every time he touches the ball, look at the basket, and whether he can get it off in time, and yeah, just such a quick release, and obviously causing Bratislava some big issues from the perimeter. Flyers have led the first half the entire way so far. The closest that Inter Bratislava have been is just around about a 10-point margin really after that Flyers explosion in the first half, and they've been able to keep themselves in the game with some solid defense and get some good transition basketball as well. Yeah, they certainly love to push the floor, don't they? Their offense to defense, their defense really sort of ramping up. You just see there, just stealing the ball, seen a few loose passes, and that'll be something Bristol Flyers will need to sort of be able to keep on top of, sort of no loose passes for Bratislava to run away and get those easy layups. Trey Tennyson leads the way, 14 first half points for the Flyers. He's also got 2 assists as well. Then Damon Robinson, 8 points for Coach Kapoulis' side. Kendall Lewis has 7. Meanwhile, Inter Bratislava, they are led by 16 first half points from Dante Crawford, and he's really had his fingerprints all over this one. Yeah, exactly. 16 points personal for him. They got multiple weapons there. They got 3 players that are averaging sort of 14 plus in this competition. So plenty of firepower, plenty of really good individual players. Mix that with some team play. They can certainly get back in this game, this is for sure. And they're slowly beginning to get that momentum. And it's all set for another barnstorming finish again, isn't it? Yeah, it certainly is. There's a look at your halftime stats on your screen now. When you look down at those numbers, Gareth, what is it that's really caught your attention? Well, I always look for the three-pointers. You know me, I love a three-point stat. 53% outstanding shooting from the Bristol Flyers, and Bratislava just 27 from beyond the arc, but they're a very capable three-pointing team, so that could change in a hurry for sure. But just looking down the sort of the extended stats as well, just sort of the points off the bench, 22 points off the bench for Bratislava to Flyers 10, so just getting a bit more production from there. Both teams able to get quite a number of steals, 5 steals apiece. So certainly no room for any loose passes, because normally those turnovers will end up in points. Well, it certainly promises to be an exciting second half in store. There's been plenty of great plays in this game so far, but it's time for us to take a look back at the Bristol Flyers top 5 plays of the month from October. For the Flyers, matches their biggest lead of the game. Oh, what a block from Leslie Smith! Rejected. And Keely Johnson the other way, off the glass and in. Timeout Niners, because Bristol Flyers have just turned defense into offense. Yeah, lovely, great hustle there. Leslie Smith with the block, getting out on the break. Keely Johnson with a tough leg, wasn't easy. Tennyson curls up the screen, kicks out to Lewis. He's open for 3, and why not? Oh, it's jammed in by Jared Sherfield on the follow. And look out below, because Sherfield from out of nowhere with a two-handed flush.
Briscoe, another opportunity, stolen again by the Flyers, kicked in bounds all the way, and then throwdown at the time here in Bristol.
Players leading the charge, and the easy finish against the one defender.
Jammed in by Kendall Lewis on a poster. It's a perfect response for Bristol Flyers. It's back to it in 3.
That's really efficient in and around the hoop.
Oh, it's stolen by Lewis, and Lewis is clear for takeoff with a windmill jam. That gets the fans on their feet on a Wise campus. Kendall Lewis putting on a show for the sold-out crowd at the SGS College Arena.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI, we will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
Where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League Basketball. A new dawn is here.
Welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI. Both teams getting set to retake the court for the second half, but it is a busy schedule for the Bristol Flyers coming up. Of course, they're in action tonight. You can next catch the team in action at home on Friday night in the Super League regular season. Bristol Flyers taking on Cheshire Phoenix for a 7:30 p.m. tip-off. You can get your tickets for that game right now over at bristolflyers.co.uk. Right, well, we are all set to get back underway. Here is Crawford. Guarded closely by Corey Samuels. Cousins driving baseline. He's got Sherfield on him. Tough move, count it, and a foul. And Isaiah Cousins will get the line for a bonus.
Yeah, strong start. They're Cousins with that strong baseline move. No help coming across. Sherfield one-on-one. Cousins able to get to the bucket and get the contact. Just drive that baseline.
And that is the perfect start for this third quarter for Inter Bratislava. Cousins able to convert on the three-point play. And just like that, it is a 5-point game.
Yeah, it looks very different even just under that one score, Joel. 5-point game. Bratislava will be happy. They've got themselves right back in it.
Tennyson. It's going to be an offensive foul on Tennyson as he just lowers the shoulder. And it'll go back to Inter Bratislava. And Valarek took one in the chops there. You can see here on the replay. Oof. And again, that one's going to hurt in the morning.
That was a shoulder from Tennyson, perhaps, in the face, just trying to give himself a bit of space. But Valarek, a very tough defender, right up in your face. Been really impressed with his defensive efforts today.
Well, Cousins has the mismatch with Robinson on him. Pulls up from the top of the key, can't get it to go. Sabo with the offensive rebound, he can't finish. And the ball is cleaned up by Kendall Lewis. Robinson spins, going to be a foul on the floor.
seemed a fairly straightforward call. Big reach in there.
He's looking on the replay. Ball goes into Robinson. You see Cousins just reaching in under the elbow. Gets his hand caught underneath the elbow. Here is Lewis. Samuels. Screen comes from Damon Robinson. Top of the three-point line. Puts it on the floor. Pulls up from the foul line. And overcooks the two. Cousins. Sabo calling for it inside. Back to Cousins. He'll fire up from the wing and knocks it down. And Isaiah Cousins was cooking in this third quarter. The lead is down to 2. Oh, it's stolen away. Crawford's to the basket. Floats it up and in. And just like that, it is a tie game at the SGS College Arena. Timeout Flyers.
Yeah, Coach Kapoulis is absolutely furious the way his team's come out in this second half. Bratislava, everything going their way, some great defensive efforts, some strong offense, and have tied the ball game up.
Starts on the defensive end for them, doesn't it? I mean, you've seen a couple of steals and breakaway finishes, and the Flyers, their transition defense here, I'm sure that is top of the discussion list in this timeout by Coach Kapoulis. And if you're Coach Kapoulis, what is it you're saying to the team in this timeout right now?
Well, just concentrating, sort of, it feels like, you know, coming out in this out of the halftime break and just not focusing, and Bratislava coming out the stronger of the two, being the more aggressive, and just got that score back within no time at all. So they'll need to get back in the game, concentrate, pick up their defensive duties, look after the ball. They've got it all to do, and Bratislava have just taken full advantage of a pretty lacklustre start in this second half from the Bristol Flyers.
Now, Coach Kapoulis' side, they led by as many as 17 points in the first half, and Inter Bratislava have rallied back. 8-0 run to start this fourth quarter, and now we are at a tie ball game. Robinson hands off with Jared Sherfield. Robinson calling for it inside, floats it up, floats it in, and that is a great response for the Flyers out of the timeout.
Yeah, some tough shots. I just see Bratislava really protecting the basket well, I've noticed, during this game. You know, not so much in the first quarter, but everything Flyers are getting a sort of mid-range.
Ball into Sabo. He can't get the finish as he hits the floor in frustration, but he will earn a trip to the line to shoot two. The foul is called on to Mon Robinson, and that'll be his first personal foul. Now, Milan Sabo, 6'9" centre, actually graduated from the University of Texas at Tyler in 2023. And he's able to knock the two down, tie the game up at 48 points apiece. Robinson. Hands off with Trey Tennyson. He turns the corner, going downhill. Tennyson out to Samuels now. Samuels puts it on the deck. Tough finish from Samuels, can't get it to go. But there's Robinson who cleans up the offensive glass and puts Bristol back on top by 2.
You know, it's Bristol Flyers there looking to get Tennyson off a couple of double screens, trying to get him open.
Cousins pulls it back out. He's guarded by Sherfield. Got a mismatch now, but Sherfield switches back onto Cousins. Ball swung to the corner. Here's Gunn for 3. It's an air ball as he overcooks the triple. Nice pass, and Kendall Lewis with a tomahawk jam.
And that's it, trying to bring this energy back into the crowd. Crowd were getting a little bit down, but there's some good quick play there. Good fast break.
Could that be the spark that the Flyers need? Cousins turns the corner, going downhill, looking for Sabo. He floats it up off the front iron. Cousins tips it in on the follow. And Isaiah Cousins has really put the team on his back in this third quarter. Now up to 13 points on the night. Robinson hands off with Trey Tennyson into a double team. Robinson open inside. Samuels looking to go back door. Shot clock down to 4 seconds here. Sherfield has to shoot. Can't get it to go, and the rebound secured by Gunn. Cousins. Gunn. Got a mismatch with Corey Samuels on him. They're going to take full advantage. Skip pass to the corner. Valaric for three. He's got a piece on that one, Damon Robinson. Flyers can push. Samuels is looking for it. Oh, it's stolen back by into Bratislava. Frantic at both ends. And it results in a Crawford's layup off the window.
Yeah, you can see what Corey's trying to do there, but just way too easy to pick off. And led to a fast break for Bratislava to tie things up.
Approaching the midway point now of this third period. Robinson at the elbow, kicks it back out to Tennyson. Tennyson looking to float it up, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Last touch by the Flyers, and it will trickle out of play for an into Bratislava ball.
Yeah, Bratislava switching back to a zone there as well, just trying to block up the middle, really. You just feel they're trying to take that drive away from the Flyers.
Well, they trailed by as many as 17 points, and now into Bratislava. Chance for them to take their first lead of the game. Crawfords. Sabo. Gunn looking for it. Finds Cousins in the end. It's got Kendall Lewis on it. Cousins likes this matchup. Cousins with a step back two. Drains it. And into Bratislava, their first lead of the game.
And that is a great piece of individual skill from Cousins. We talk about his pedigree, but he's really beginning to step up now, Joel. Really feeling it. He's beginning to own the game right now.
Samuels. Calls for a screen from Smith, slips to the basket. Jared Sherfield fakes the three, puts it on the floor. It's turned over by the Flyers. Evan Walsh picks up the steal the other end. Finds Jared Sherfield, he can't get it to go. Kendall Lewis on the follow can't get it to go, but it will send Jared Sherfield to the line. And the foul will be called on Isaiah Cousins. That'll be his second personal.
Yeah, Cousins arguing his case. Cousins didn't think he had much contact there, still arguing the call. But Sherfield to the line to tie things up.
Well, Jared Sherfield actually played in the Slovakian League last season. His first season as a pro. Played for BKM Luknek. He averaged 14 points and 4 rebounds in his rookie season before joining the Flyers in the summer. So he would have played against Inter Bratislava a couple of times in his rookie campaign. Just past the midway point now of the third quarter. Cousins up against Sherfield. Screen from Sabo. What a move. Valaric driving baseline. Kicks out to Crawford and he steps on the baseline. So it will be a Bristol Flyers ball.
Crothers just playing on a little bit. Oh, the subs coming on and not coming on.
And the subs came in just a little bit too late because the ball was inbounded, so they will check into the game on the next dead ball. Sherfield puts it on the floor, working his way past the screen, pulls up for a mid-range two, is short. Rebound by Saba. Crawford, one-on-one with Walsh, puts it on the ground. Gunn, corner three ball, overcooks the triple. Offensive rebound falls to Crawford. It's going to be a foul called away from the ball.
Sabo, I believe.
Number 21, which is Rodney Gunn. No, not Rodney Gunn, I beg your pardon. On Sabo.
Yep. Just grabbing back there on the rebound. And a big pull on Leslie Smith. And that's Sabo's third.
That's been a tasty matchup inside, hasn't it, tonight? With under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Still nothing to separate these two teams. Sherfield kicks out to Smith. What about the three? Puts it on the floor. It's going to be a foul on the floor, says the official. That'll be called on McCall.
You just see how effective Bristol Flyers are actually using the shot fakes. A few times out there, rushing out to try and close out on the shooter and able to get by and get that contact.
Ball into McCormack. Finds Samuels now, top to Sherfield. Shot clock down to 6. Smith thought about the three. And McCormack will shoot the three. High arcing triple. Offensive rebound forced to Samuels. Another three on the way, this time for Leslie Smith. Here's a third chance opportunity now for the Flyers. It's Samuels for three. And he knocks it down.
The referee called that as a two. Foot was on the line. Good shot though.
Puts Bristol on top by 2 points. Crawford. Fighting through the screen is Evan Walsh. Ball inside to Bryant Thomas. Oh, what a block from Leslie Smith. He just throws it out of bounds.
Very casual Leslie Smith. Just didn't have to jump that high. Just timed that perfectly there. Able to bat it away.
Watch it here on the replay. Ball into Bryant Thomas and Leslie Smith just says no. Here's Isaiah Cousins. Fires up for three. Can't get it to go that time. Bit of a heat check for him. Chance for Flyers to extend the lead. Walsh out in transition. Ball just trickles away from him. And that will be another turnover for Bristol. It's their 11th turnover of the game. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Cousins finds Crawford. Screen from Thomas. Crawford's calling for another screen from Thomas. Crawford's now with a mismatch. Thomas also with a mismatch. Great pass into Gunn, and it's stolen away by the Flyers.
Yeah, lucky from Gunn there. It was a good cut. Just fumbled it as he was going up to the bucket.
Here's Samuels. Leslie Smith slips on the screen. Evan Walsh is wide open. And McCormack also open. And he ends up stepping on the sideline. Coach Kapula's just saying, shoot it. And you see the frustration on Coach Kapula's. I mean, his players are wide open. They've been shooting the ball well from three tonight as well.
Yep, and McCormack can knock that down as the shot you wanted. Wide open in the corner there, but decided to drive. And the classic one where you look to drive, you put that back foot, that front foot backwards to try and kick off. Course out of bounds, and Coach Kapula's much preferring to see the shot go up.
Gunn finds Cousins, looking to go downhill, pulls up from a mid-range two, can't finish. Samuels with the rebound. Sherfield, extra pass, McCormack, this time he will shoot the three, is short, chases down the rebound though, and bats it into the hands of Jared Sherfield. New 14 for the Bristol Flyers here. Another skip pass to McCormack, fakes it, puts it on the floor, looking to back down Bryant Thomas here. Samuels, he's made one. He's short this time, and the rebound falls to Thomas. Flyers leading this one by 2. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Gunn. Hands off with Cousins. Now Crawford, he'll fire up for three, is short. Chasing down the rebound though, inside, takes the contact from Leslie Smith. And he'll earn himself a trip to the foul line.
Yeah, Crawford's just hanging in the air there. Was he waiting for that contact? Good hustle play from him though. Getting that rebound, just hanging in the air. Smart play.
How frustrating is that for you as a player? I mean, you're defending a three-point shooter, and then the three-point shooter grabs their own rebound. It just bobbles out on those long rebound attempts, and they get a second chance opportunity like that.
Yeah, there's nothing much you can do, you know, just how the ball comes off the rim there, just falls nicely into the hands, and then you get attacked straight away as you're trying to rebound and find your man, and then plays getting sort of attacked and dribbled too, and going hard to the basket.
Well, Crawford knocks down the first to get his tally up to 21 points to go along with his 5 assists. Make that 22 points. And we are tied up at 56 points each. Under a minute to go in this third quarter.
Bratislava back to the zone, his 2-3 zone.
Smith at the elbow, turnaround, his mid-range 2 is short. And now with under a minute to go, into Bratislava, a chance to retake the lead.
And that's the sort of shot that defense wants, that mid-range.
Crawford slips on the deck. McCormack gets his hands on it, into the hands of Crawford now. Nice pass into Bryant Thomas, puts it up, ball rolls around the rim, and great defense by Leslie Smith.
Yeah, great D, and snatching that rebound as well, sets Flyers off.
Here's Tennyson coming off the screen, pulls it back out. Calls for the screen from Smith. Finds Leslie Smith, looking for McCormack, back door, great pass, and McCormack can't finish.
That's great deep from McCall.
Lobbed up to McCall, he can't get it to go. There's still 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Walsh, good if it goes. He can't get the shot on target, but that will do it. And after trailing by as many as 17 points, Inter Bratislava are right back in this one. We're all tied up at 56 points apiece going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just slowly grown into the game, haven't they, Bratislava? Tying things up in this third quarter, keeping Flyers just to 10 points in that third, 18 points themselves. So defensively, really solid. You can just see how the game's progressed. 30 in the first quarter, 16 in the second, and then 10 just for the Flyers in that third quarter. So going in the right direction for Inter Bratislava.
Here's a look at some of those key plays that were able to help Inter to work their way back into this game. They start on the defensive end for them. Flyers were able to get out in transition themselves. Kendall Lewis with a textbook Kendall Lewis play. But this has been the story of the third quarter. Players leaking out in transition like that. There's a big reason behind why the game is tied right now.
Exactly, good defense to offense. Bratislava is so quick on that. On the steal, looking to push the ball, get out in transition, and then mix it up with some really good guard play.
Well, Dante Crawford leads the way with 22 points for the visitors, but Isaiah Cousins, who had 5 points at the end of the first half, now up to 15 points to go along with his 6 rebounds, and he has been a key factor in how the game's managed to turn on its head here.
Yeah, really becoming more important player for Bratislava as the game goes on. Just seems like he really kind of settling into it now. Just seemed a little bit out of sorts when they first came in that first quarter. Really slow start, and you're kind of wondering kind of what's going to happen. You know, it can't be that easy. And then, of course, you know, we've seen it with other ENBL games as well. Teams, you know, get more customized to the surroundings and then slowly start to chip away, and then what we've seen so far, obviously eventually winning the game. And you know, we hope Bristol Flyers give them a good match in this last quarter and try and get an all-important win in the ENBL competition.
Well, it is Inter Bratislava with a perfect 3-0 record, taking on Bristol Flyers, who are yet to pick up their first win in the ENBL. And which way will this one go? There's just 10 minutes remaining, and we are knotted at 56 points apiece. Fourth quarter underway. Evan Walsh finds Leslie Smith. Tennyson calls for the ball. Kells on the screen. Tennyson to the basket, off the glass and in. And that's the perfect way for Flyers to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, just about Tennyson as well. Bristol really sort of up in their defense on him. Not letting get anything easy for Tennyson, but he's showing his versatility going to the basket that time around.
Cousins, guarded by Sherfield. Cousins going one-on-one, going downhill. Oh, what a move. Ratches around the rim and gets the drop.
And Sherfield, one of our Bristol Flyers better defenders as well. Getting beat off the dribble.
Leslie Smith. Tennyson calling for it. It's going to be a foul called on Thomas Bryant. Oh, Bryant Thomas even. It's going to be Sherfield to inbound from the sideline. Here's Kendall Lewis. Hands back to Jared Sherfield. Screen from Smith. Sherfield downhill. He can't get the layup to go. It's rebounded by Bratislava. Oh! That would have been a highlight play. As they blow the dunk but get the offensive rebound. And Inter Bratislava on top by 2. Tennyson splits the defense, kicks out to Walsh, open for 3. Splashes it from downtown. He needed that, the Flyers.
Yeah, that's a big bucket from Walsh. Regains the lead for the Bristol Flyers. You just feel the crowd beginning to get into it.
Here's Gunn, hands off with Cousins, guarded by Sherfield. Gunn backing down Kendall Lewis now. Shot clock down to 6. Gunn with a fadeaway, can't get it to go. Rebound for Sherfield. Walsh, head full of steam, out to Lewis, driving inside. Sherfield Step back three on the way. He can't get it to drop. And into Bratislava, just slowing it down here. Here's Thomas. Hands off to Vlaric, now finds Cousins. Shot clock at 5. Cousins, one-on-one with Walsh, pulls up for 3, drains the 3. And that is a tough shot by Isaiah Cousins.
Yeah, it's just a lovely shot from Cousins, taking that responsibility.
It's going to be an over and back on Trey Tennyson as he steps on the sideline.
Well, that was very aggressive defence there. I don't think Coach Kapula is too happy with that. There was a lot of contact, forced him back over the line.
Coach Kapula is not happy with the call. It's going to be McCall to inbound. And Bratislava on top by 2. Going to inbound it in the front court here after the over and back. Bryant Thomas finds Cousins. One-on-one with Samuels. Skip pass. McCall now inside. Good defense by Walsh. McCall nowhere to go. Gunn has to fire out for 3, and Gunn knocks it down on the wing.
This is a really important spell right now for the Bristol Flyers. Could really do with getting a good look at the basket.
Damon Robinson with the one-handed hammer.
That'll do.
That is something at the basket.
That's a good look.
It brings Bristol Flyers back to within 3. Cousins going downhill. Great move. Isaiah Cousins gets the teardrop in the hole, and he really has carried the team. The ENBL's leading scorer in this 4th quarter.
So difficult to guard right now. Bristol Flyers don't really have an answer to it at the moment. There's got to be a foul.
Evan Walsh able to draw the contact.
Yeah, Cousins just pulling all the strings left and right.
Here's a look at that replay of the foul. Evan Walsh, you say, just so good at drawing that contact. What a pair of free throws coming up here. Well, he's 9 for 14 from the foul line tonight. Bit of a break in play whilst the floor wipers just clean up that patch after Evan Walsh fell after the foul. Isaiah Cousins now up to 22 points, the game's joint leading scorer, to go along with his 6 rebounds. Evan Walsh no good on the first free throw. That could prove costly as this game winds on.
Bratislava free throw shooting 10 for 11 in this game.
Second one no good either. And Flyers, their free throw shooting could come back to haunt them in this game. Crawford's finds Cousins. Cousins catch and shoot. Can't get the 3 to go. Rebound Tennyson. There's a foul called on Vlaric. I've seen that a few times in the ENBL this season. Those professional fouls where you feel that Tennyson with a head of steam going downhill, and then you just see a strong foul to stop any kind of fast break opportunity.
Always seems to be more with the body as well in that transition, isn't it? You kind of feel like the referee's left likely to call anything more than a common foul if it's use the body. But like I said, Joel, you think there was only one thing in mind there, and that was just slowing the ball down and getting back on defence.
Here's Tennyson, takes the 3, drives inside, can't get it to go. Robinson on the offensive rebound, trying to force it home, and it's secured by Bryant Thomas. Bratislava on top by 5. Crawford's going downhill, reverse layup, able to draw the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2 more free throws here, and you feel the Inter Bratislava lead is slowly beginning to stretch in this final period. Coach Kapoulas looks to the table to call a timeout, because I'm sure he feels it too, Gareth.
Yeah, I think so. A bit too easy there, call. There's just that quickness, isn't it, on that wing. Able to blow by the player and get that contact. And yeah, it's a big moment in the game here. Bristol Flyers need to keep it tight, give them a shot of winning this all-important game.
Well, Bratislava are outscoring the Flyers 12 points to 7 in this fourth quarter. You mentioned the Flyers' offensive output throughout the 3 quarters. They started off with a 30-point quarter, and slowly into Bratislava with their defense have been able to shrink that number every single period.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah, they're getting more and more into the game, just more aggressive, really defending the basket well, making Bristol take some more difficult shots, and Flyers having that 30-point quarter in the first quarter, and then just sort of drying up, just 63 for the game after such a good start.
If you coach Kapoulas as well, I mean, you led by as many as 17 points. You're now trailing this one with 5 minutes to go. What are you saying to your team in the huddle?
Oh, you're playing the moment. You're not thinking about what's happened in the game now. You're playing the moment to try and win the game. So it doesn't matter what's gone before. It's what's happening in this next 5 minutes, 41 seconds of give your team the best shot to win the game. And yeah, he'll be aware that Bratislava have obviously grown into the game and trying to figure out how to stop this man taking free throws. And Isaiah Cousins as well, proving very difficult to contain.
Yeah, Crawford and Cousins, 44 combined points between them out of their team's 68 in this one. They've really carried their team here tonight. And now this is their biggest lead of the game, with just under 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Can't get the free throw to go. Rebounded by Damon Robinson. Here's Corey Samuels. Sherfield back to Samuels. Ball screen comes from Robinson. Another screen comes from Robinson. Ball into Kendall Lewis this time, looking to back down Gunn. Lewis, strong move to the basket. Floats it up and in.
And I think Bristol Flyers are getting offensively. They're being made to work really hard for it as well. Just Bratislava switching back to that zone to mix things up again.
Cousins, guarded by Sherfield. Kicks out to Gunn, extra pass. Valaric now, back top to Gunn. Shot clock down to 6. Gunn has to go to work, pulls up from the elbow. Can't get it to go that time. And a rebound secured by Lewis. Robinson. Backing down Bryant Thomas. Nice move. And Damon Robinson has a mismatch every single time, with Bryant Thomas on him. And he took full advantage. It is a 2-point game. Timeout Bratislava.
And I think that's a great option right now, getting Robinson the ball down low. He's been very difficult to stop for Bratislava, just mussing his way in, just getting that spin, that drop step, spinning round. It's been very difficult to stop, so you know, it certainly looked to be trying to play that, so maybe a 2-man game with Tennyson trying to get the ball in low and try and get that, you know, open shots for Tennyson as well. Seems to be working quite well for the Bristol Flyers. But of course, when you play that zone, that'll negate that sort of post-up play a little bit.
Damon Robinson now up to 16 points to go along with his 4 rebounds tonight, 7 for 12 from the field. And Gareth, I know this game is going back and forth, but maybe have a think about who you want to be your game MVP from either side, depending on who comes out on top. Still plenty of time for this game to go either way, though.
Yeah, certainly a few candidates sticking out from both teams. Like I said, Joel, let's just see how this one plays out before picking that MVP.
Of course, if you just joined us as well, you see Keedy Johnson, Raph Thomas Edwards, both out for the Flyers. It'll be tough for them. They got another game coming up on Friday against Cheshire at home. Under 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Here's Crawford. Gunn. Hands off to Crawford. Cousins going backdoor. Now Valaric, guarded by Tennyson. Gets his hand on the loose ball. Shot clock down to 5. Crawford has to go to work now. He's wide open for 3. It's a defensive breakdown for the Flyers. And Trey Tennyson dives on the loose ball. And it's going to be a foul called, I believe. Oh, it's going to put possession now. It's going to be a travel even, I think, as he dived on the ball. And it will go back to into Bratislava.
Yeah, you felt Bristol Flyers got away with one there. Player wide open on the perimeter, unable to knock it down. Bit of a reprieve.
And the shot clock's reset to 14 seconds. Into Cousins. On-1 with Sherfield. Isaiah Cousins driving to the hole. Robinson may have got a piece on that one. Flyers can push.
Yeah, good awareness from Robinson to block that away from Cousins.
And Samuels now. Now finds Sherfield. Screen comes from Robinson. Robinson rolling to the basket. Samuels in the corner, has to get to work. Downhill, floats it up, can't get it to go. Robinson on the second chance opportunity. He touches the net after the basket. So the basket will not count, and Coach Kapoulis wants them to take a look at this because the ball, he was saying, went in the basket first. And Coach Kapoulis wants to use his challenge here, so the challenge will be used by Flyers head coach. I think his argument is the ball has gone in through the ring before Damon Robinson touched the net. So they're going to have a look at this one, and we're going to be able to see what they can see on our monitor as well. So here's a look at the Corey Samuels play. The shot clock was winding down. Samuels was driving to the basket. So they're going to look at it from the main angle first. Samuels floats it up. The shot clock resets. And then he touches the netting there. If the ball touches the net, the basket does not count. So the ball goes up. The shot clock is reset. And then you see the net get touched there.
Yeah, the Bratislava bench were quick to point that out.
So it's maybe the right call here made by the officials. They're going through it frame by frame. Robinson taps it. When does he touch the net? Ball touches the back of the net, and then there's we see Brian Thomas's hand there potentially touching the net as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of interference from both players. We'll just see what the outcome is. We'll see a massive bucket if it goes in.
And the referees are telling them the basket does not count, and it will go back to Inter Bratislava. So Coach Kapoulis unable to use his challenge there.
But also opportunity to have a timeout as well.
It does give you a free timeout with 3.5 minutes to go. Inter Bratislava haven't used their challenge yet either. 2-point lead for the visitors. Crawfors. Cousins looking for it, gets the handoff. Shot clock down to 8. Cousins, it's got Robinson on it, fakes the 2. Tough jumper, he can't finish. Brian Thomas puts it in off the glass. And that puts Inter Bratislava on top by 4.
That was a solid ball, wasn't it, from Thomas, and finish. What a big moment.
Sherfield. Ball into Damon Robinson, kicks it out to Kendall Lewis, floats it up, floats it in, count it, and the foul. And he'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
And that's a perfect timing for a big play. Good awareness there for Robinson. Lewis with the drive and the foul.
We'll send Kendall Lewis to the line for a bonus. 11 points for 13 points for him so far even. To go along with his 8 rebounds. And this could be a crucial free throw here. The Flyers, their free throw shooting not good in this fourth quarter. That could really cost them in a tight game like this. Cousins past the Crawfords. Clobbered in the lane, and he'll go to the line for 2. Now called on Damon Robinson.
Crawfords again, just using his quickness to attack the basket. Seen that time and time again in this game. Just moving the ball around.
And Cousins and Crawfords have really done the damage here for Inter Bratislava. Crawfords on 23, Cousins on 22. And of course, Walters now a chance to add to his tally from the charity stripe. Well, it is a 2-point game at the SGS College Arena. If you just joined us for the ending of this one, Bristol Flyers led by as many as 17 points in the first period. Inter Bratislava have rallied their way back into this one to retake the lead of their own. And now looking to create separation in the final 3 minutes. And they are led by Isaiah Cousins and Dante Crawford, who have really done the damage here in Bristol tonight. Second one is good. It's a crucial play now for the Bristol Flyers. Under 3 minutes to go. Samuels finds Robinson. Takes the handoff with Sherfield. Tennyson looking to go backdoor. Floats it up. High arcing shot. Gets it to go out the foul. And Trey Tennyson is a rainbow. Gets it to go, and he'll gut the line for a bonus.
What a play. As soon as he put that, I was like, no way that's going in. No way that's going in. But just the awareness, Joel, just to put that so high off, to anticipate that, get the bucket and the foul, that's such an important time.
And now a chance to make it a 1-point game with the bonus free throw. This game really has had it all. I mean, it was Flyers off to the races in the first, into Bratislava storming back throughout the second and the third. And then this fourth quarter, big plays at either end, both teams going to their go-to guys. And Trey Tennyson makes it a 1-point game with 2.5 minutes to go.
And this Cousins-Sherfield matchup's really intriguing.
Here's Crawford. Guarded by Samuels. Screen comes from Thomas. Crawford's going downhill all the way to the hole. Big shot from Crawford. Puts them back on top by 3. Tennyson with the handoff. Skip pass to Sherfield. 3-pointer on the wing. And Crawford's with the rebound. Crawford's third rebound of the game even. Under 2 minutes to go. Cousins. Skip pass. Gunn for 3. Gunn knocks it down. And after a big 2 from Crawford, Rodney Gunn makes it a quick 5-0 run for Inter Bratislava. Timeout Flyers.
Yeah, it's a big shot. Critical shots in this final few moments from both teams. That one's going to hurt. Plenty of time though. Coach Koulis calls a quick timeout.
Well, he was the first play of that 5-0 run as Crawford is able to beat Samuels off the dribble. And then you see the amount of tension that Cousins demands. Left Gunn wide open for 3. And he knocks it down. Of course, Inter Bratislava are defending their unbeaten record in the European North Basketball League this season. They're a perfect 3-0 so far. A win here tonight after trailing by as many as 17 points will be huge for their side. And Gareth picking up a 4th win. Surely that will do wonders for the chance of qualification for the ENBL playoffs.
Yeah, it looks tight, doesn't it? The top 4 teams there. We touched on it at the beginning of the show, Joel. You know, only sort of 1 or 2 losses between the top 4. These guys unbeaten. Top 4 going through. But this game's not done yet. There's still time.
1 minute 36 seconds to go. There's a 6-point lead for Inter Bratislava. What play can Coach Koulis draw up out of the timeout here? Tennyson to inbound. Sherfield curling off the screen. Samuels coming up to retrieve it, ends up with him. Screen from Damon Robinson. Samuels driving to the basket. Corey Samuels, soft finish around the cup. Gets it to go.
Well done, Corey Samuels, taking that responsibility. That was a big play.
4-point game at the Wise campus. Cousins finds Gunn. Valaric now top to Cousins. Screen from Thomas. Cousins, they're going to go one-on-one. It's a tough shot. What a tough finish. Isaiah Cousins, there is no stopping him in this fourth quarter. Samuels, skip pass to Sherfield. Pulls up for three. He's short. Rebound for Thomas. Now that is a big play on the defensive end for Inter Bratislava. Valaric, it's poked loose by the Flyers. 2-on-1 opportunity. Ball into Kendall Lewis with a two-hander. And coach is furious with his size transition defense.
Yeah, enough concern there to call a timeout, Joel. Brings it back to 4. That is a big play. That's a big steal. Get out on the wing. 2-on-1. Lewis obliges with the flush.
Could there be one final twist in this game as Kendall Lewis gives his team a glimmer of hope? It's a 4-point game with 42 seconds to go in this fourth period. As you say, there's still enough possessions here for Flyers to make a comeback, Gareth.
Yeah, that was a massive play. You know, you kind of felt that with that, you know, missed opportunity last down the floor and Bratislava getting the basket, you kind of felt it was going to be a little bit too much. But really big steal and finish in quick time has given Bristol Flyers a glimmer of hope.
The fans here in Bristol have been treated to an absolute cracker of a game tonight. Flyers raced out to a 17-point lead in the first quarter. Inter Bratislava chipping away throughout the game. Really opened up with an 8-0 run in the third period to take their first lead of the game. And it is Dante Crawford and Isaiah Cousins, 27 and 24 points for them. It's going to be Inter Bratislava ball from the baseline. Coach Kapoulis off this side to play some full court pressure.
Yeah, not going to allow Inter to waste any clock. They're going to put pressure on the inbounds pass, make them hurry up.
All into Crawford, now finds Gunn. Extra pass to McCall, and get it up over the pressure. Into a double team, it's going to be a foul called on the Flyers. So they shaved a few seconds off the clock. But they were looking to get a turnover and then committed the foul. It's only their third team foul though, the Flyers. Crawford's to inbound. Looking for Cousins, ends up with him. There's the foul from Corey Samuels. And that will be their fourth team foul. One more and that will be them in the bonus. Oh, Cousins just pushes. Wow, it's an unsportsmanlike foul. Straight in front of the referee. As Cousins just pushes Corey Samuels in the back. And that could be costly, Gareth.
That could. It's a big point of the play. I didn't see it, John. I was looking at the bench of Inter Bratislava right in front of the table, questioning something. So my mind was over there and I didn't see the push.
It's going to be 2 shots and possession for Flyers because of the unsportsmanlike foul. You can see it here, and there's the push in the back on Corey Samuels, and you see him just applauding it after.
Corey Samuels fearless. Reputation doesn't matter for Corey Samuels. You're on his home turf.
Well, the Flyers free throw shooting has haunted them all night long in this game. Now they will shoot 2 here and get possession. So that could be the comeback right there if they knock down the 2 shots and score on that possession, Gareth.
Yeah, big shots coming up now for Corey Samuels.
And the SGS College Arena goes silent as Corey Samuels shoots his free throws. Corey Samuels can't convert on the first. And Bristol Flyers, their free throw shooting, they are 10 for 19 as a team. Samuels knocks down the second. Makes it a 3-point game. A Bristol ball here.
And that is a lonely place when you're out there all on your own with no one lining up. Corey managed to get 1 for 2. Makes it a 1-shot game.
Just over 30 seconds to go. Ball into Tennyson. It's going to be a foul called. It's going to be stepping on the sideline. And there'll be a turnover for Bristol. And Valaric all fired up after that one.
Yeah, and that's a disappointing play there. Just ease it. Oh,
almost stolen away by the Flyers. Gunn gets it over to Valaric. 25 seconds to go. Shot clock's at 15. There's the foul from Lewis. And Isaiah Cousins now has a chance to ice the game from the foul line. And Gareth, what a turn of events that was. An unsportsmanlike foul. Corey Samuels a chance to hit 2 free throws and possession. He goes 1 for 2. And then Flyers commit a turnover on the inbounds. And just like that, what could have been a tie game is now being stretched out even further here.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been so different. Still plenty of time though, Joel. But Bristol gave themselves an opportunity. Can they create another chance to tie the game?
Second one is good for Cousins. Ball into Samuels, 21 seconds to go. Samuels turns the corner, going downhill, puts it up, puts it in. 15 seconds on the clock. 3-point game. There's the foul from Kendall Lewis, which will send Isaiah Cousins from one end of the court to the other because they are in the penalty.
And ideally, Cousins is not the man you want to foul in those situations, but you don't have much of a choice trying to stop the clock quickly.
Now, Cousins, it's been a fantastic game for him this evening. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And he's really carried the team, led them on the comeback. And knocks down the second. Ball into Samuels, bit of full court pressure now from Inter Bratislava. Skip pass, Sherfield, 3 on the wing, can't get it to go. Samuels with a long rebound. It's going to be a foul called on the floor. They will send Samuels to the line to shoot 2. That'll be Crawthers who picks up the foul.
Yeah, interesting foul. Crawthers almost deliberately, and that's him out of the game. Could have felt, might have just let the game play out, but went for a quick steal there, quick foul. And he's certainly a contender for the MVP as well.
He was, as I say, he will play no further part in this game, but 27 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds as well. And Corey Samuels just can't convert from the line right now. The Flyers have gone cold from the charity stripe. Knocks down the second. Makes it a 4-point game. There's 5 seconds to go. Ball into Cousins. And that will do it. Inter Bratislava keep their unbeaten record in the European North Basketball League alive after rallying back from a 17-point first half deficit to defeat the Flyers 84 points to 18.
Yeah, in a brave attempt, you know, Bristol Flyers came out all guns blazing, get off to a really good lead, made it a really tight game towards the end, had an opportunity, give themselves a glimmer of hope at the end there. Just the out-of-bounds play, just kind of costly mistakes at the wrong time, really. Unable to get Flyers that opportunity to get back in it at the end. But good performance, good game to watch. And Inter Bratislava carry on their unbeaten run in the competition.
And for the Flyers, it means their 4th defeat of the competition, of course, of 9 teams in Group B. You feel like it's going to be a very long way back now for Coach Kapoulis' side if they want any chance of even competing in those top 4 places.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite difficult now, Joel, for them to have a chance of getting into this top 4 of 4 quality teams that are taking those top 4 spots. And Bristol can hold their heads high. They've performed really well against some top European competition, and it is a learning process. Very different, you know, league than it was last season, and they've learned an awful lot this year. But you know, another excellent game here at the boys' campus.
And time first to ask for your game MVP, Gareth. It could have gone probably to one of 2 players for Inter Bratislava tonight.
It does. I'm going to go with Isaiah Cousins. Just really sort of stepped up in that second half. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, continuing on that average. He's averaging 27.3, so bang on with that as well. But you know, really made some big plays. But Quarters, you've got to give him big credit as well. He had a massive play and importance in this game as well. A real thorn in the side, really tight between the pair of them.
Yeah, certainly was a great comeback from them, and led by their 2 American backcourt players of Isaiah Cousins and Dante Crawthers, who both really carried the load for them. You see a lot of offense going through them. You can see exactly why he has that NBA experience as well, can't you?
Yeah, just class, isn't it, Joel? Just every time he had the ball, looks so comfortable, always looking for the opportunity. Can go multiple ways, right or left, pull up, take that, take the ball to the basket. Just class, and it's great to see here, great to treat the Bristol crowd to that type of, you know, experience and player coming here in the Wise campus.
Well, that is going to do it for our coverage here on Flyers TV this evening. It is the Inter Bratislava side who pick up a crucial road win to improve to 4-0 in the European North Basketball League. The Flyers, they rallied back as hard as they could, and just a word on some of the Flyers' performances tonight. I mean, Trey Tennyson really took off in that first quarter in particular to have 19 points. Damon Robinson, 16 points and 5 rebounds. Kendall Lewis with 15 points. But it just wasn't enough out there tonight.
Yeah, they adjusted really well to Tennyson. Obviously came out all guns blazing, Tennyson, but Bratislava defense from, you know, the first quarter, obviously not at the races at all, but then really tightened up and, you know, really, you know, stopped Tennyson doing his thing, and obviously made that offensively more difficult for the Bristol Flyers, switching up from that man-to-man to zone. You know, just getting the Flyers players thinking constantly. So yeah, defensively really coming through strong for the for Inter Bratislava.
And there was that really costly moment in the fourth quarter of the unsportsmanlike foul. It sends Corey Samuels to the line. Flyers were trailing by 4 points. He went 1 for 2, and then Flyers just turned the ball over on the possession as a result of it, and that could have been the difference maker really in that last quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it would have certainly given them a shot, an opportunity to put more pressure on Bratislava, but you know, these things happen. You sort of, you know, when you're inbounding the ball so close to the sideline, just any bit of contact, a little bit of a push, and if it's just the slightest touch that takes you over the edge, you're not going to get a foul, and you're just going to put your foot on the line and turn over ball. So yeah, big play there, and Bratislava just getting it done in the end.
Great stuff. Thanks, Gareth. Well, that is going to do it for our coverage here on Flyers TV, powered by ATPI. Don't forget, the Flyers are in action on Friday night. They take on the Cheshire Phoenix as they return to Super League basketball action. It is a 7:30 p.m. tip-off right here at the SGS College Arena, and tickets are still available over at bristolflyers.co.uk. But until then, for Gareth Till, I'm Joel Osborne saying so long, and we'll see you next time.